It has been a great honor and privilege to represent this wonderful town of Burlington in various positions over the years, but it's time for me to focus on my family and make room for a new generation of leadership.
It was early in January that Select Board Chair Mike Runyan announced he would not be seeking re-election this year, signaling the close of a decades-long career in civic leadership. His interest started when he was a teenager.
My wife, who I was dating at the time, her dad used to occupy this seat before I did, and so I was active in some of his campaigns, and I found it fascinating.
Runyan spent more than a decade on town meeting before taking another step into local government.
An opening became available over at the Burlington Housing Authority, and I ran campaign, and I was fortunate enough I got elected over there and spent a few years at the Housing Authority. After that, I left the Housing Authority and actually went to BCAT for a little bit, and I had my own little program called Housing Matters. Hi, welcome to the program.
Then it was on to a 12-year career on the Select Board. I asked him about his proudest accomplishments.
When we implemented the paramedic program at the Burlington Fire Department was probably the number one most important item during my time here with the Burlington Selectmen. It was a superior level of service that we bring to the community versus what we were doing prior to that. Another thing was when we made that change over to MWRA. Incredibly important, incredibly expensive, the largest public works project Burlington has undertaken in our history. And thirdly, I think the creation of our Economic Development Office, I think is just incredibly important to Burlington's future and our sustainability as being king of the hill in terms of having that strength in our local economy.
Good evening.
Greetings. How are you? Good to see you guys again.
Hello.
Hello.
Every Monday that I take my seat, I learn something new. And so I'm going to quote Judge Judy, if you don't mind. She says frequently on her program, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. It's important that we use our ears before we use our mouth. So my advice to whoever's going to occupy my seat in April this year is to please be a good listener. We have some incredibly talented people that work for us, our town administrator, our department heads, our employees. We've just an incredibly talented group of people, and their advice is invaluable. And so we need to listen to them before we make any decisions.
But don't worry.
I-19.
Runyan says he's not totally going away. He has no plans to stop hosting bingo at the Senior Center. For BNEWS Weekly, I'm Sydney Bowles.